Hey friends, thanks for joining me for this couch conversation. Do you know what this is? It's an invitation. An invitation can come in the mail or maybe it can just be hand delivered, but many times when we receive invitations, they're for a big celebration like a birthday party, graduation party, or even a wedding. But invitations don't have to be handwritten, they can also be spoken too. Like maybe a friend invites you to go for a bike ride or just have a fun play date or even come over for a nice meal. Invitations make us feel really special because basically an invitation is telling us, hey, I want to spend time with you. I want you to be a part of something. So I'd like you to think for just a little bit with your parents or maybe your grandma and grandpa. What is something that you have been invited to? And how did it make you feel? Why did someone want your presence? Being invited to something can make us feel really special, that someone wants to celebrate with us or they just simply want to spend time with us. I want you to get your imagination cap on and think, if you could spend one day with any person and you could talk about whatever you wanted to for the entire day, who would you choose and what would you talk about? Would you talk with an inventor or maybe an artist or an author, maybe an actor or an athlete or maybe a president? Who would you spend the day with and what would you talk about? Now, think just for a second, if you got an invitation from that person, how would that make you feel? Would you throw it away in the trash or would you hold on to it and treasure it? I think you would probably do the latter. You would hold on and you rejoice that you could have an invitation that you had an invitation to do something with this special person. Well, friends, you and I have been given an unimaginable invitation. An invitation from God our Father, who has called us, who has invited us to talk with him. God the Father, who created the heavens and the earth and you and I and even that person that we just spoke about, how awesome it would be to have a special day with them. God created them too, and yet he says, I want you to talk with me in prayer. We know this because when we look in the Bible in Philippians chapter 4 verse 6, it says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. This verse reminds us that we can go to God in prayer and we can talk with him about not only the big things, but the little things. And we can also thank him for all he has given us. Yes, the big things like your home and maybe your car and your family, but also the little things like the cool drink of water you had earlier, or maybe that mid-afternoon snack. You see, God invites us to talk with him, not one time, not twice, but over 300 times in the Bible. God says, come to me in prayer. He's inviting us. So friends, let's not forget that we have an invitation to talk to God anytime, at any place. He must really think that it's important for us. In fact, it is, because that's how he created us to be, to talk with him, our God and our Creator. So friends, that's almost it for our couch convo. One last question for you, but there's a couple parts to this one. The first thing I'd like you to discuss with your parents is, what is something that you can thank God for, or what is something that you are thankful for? And parents, I'd love for you to share this with your children as well. Secondly, what's something that maybe you're a little nervous, worried, or afraid about, or maybe anxious, as our Bible verse says, that we may be able to go and to talk to God about in prayer? After you're done, maybe you can close in prayer, and maybe you could even try and memorize our Bible verse for today. So thanks a lot, friends, for this first Couch Convo. We'll see you next time.